Well, they'll go out and they'll vote, and they're going to have to go and check their vote by going to the poll and voting that way, because if it tabulates, then they won't be able to do that. So let them send it in and let them go vote. And if their system's as good as they say it is, then obviously they won't be able to vote. If it isn't tabulated, they'll be able to vote. So that's the way it is. But send in your ballots, send them in strong, whether it's solicited or unsolicited. The absentees are fine. We have to work to get them. You know, it means something. And you send them in, but you go to vote. And if they haven't counted it, you can vote. So that's the way I view it.
I'm not sure how I should approach this, the analysis of this, because here's the thing, like, we can talk about the absolute absurdity and stupidity of Donald Trump, but we can also talk about the hypocrisy of him worrying about voter fraud, but then literally telling his people to commit voter fraud. Yeah, this is the thing. Donald Trump just seeded into the national conversation the exact thing that he needs to try to claim that the entire system is invalidated. The entire election is invalidated. Because if enough people do what the president of the United States just said, I believe it will cause a collapse in our electoral system. That or a whole bunch of people are going to end up going to jail. So yes, it is hypocrisy. Yes, it is stupidity, but I think it's strategic. I really believe that at the end of the day, if enough people do exactly what Donald Trump said, which I believe they will do, it will be disastrous for our political system, and will give him the opportunity for our electoral system, and will give Donald Trump the opportunity to say, oh, well, look, we have to, and look at all these people who committed voter fraud. And you know, when that happens, no one is going to care. I'll care. Some of the media will care. You'll care. But the politicals, the mainstream, nobody's going to go back and say, yeah, but Donald Trump, this is what you told them to do. And even if they go back and say, yeah, Donald Trump, this is what you told the people to do, it still doesn't change the fact that it would have created so much chaos in our election that he can honestly try to say that it's invalidated. Now, can he get away with that? Well, he has a Supreme Court on his side. He has the Attorney General on his side, who in this interview with Wolf Blitzer tried to pretend as though he doesn't understand the law. Attorney General who doesn't understand the law.
And then let them go vote. And if the system is as good as they say it is, then obviously they won't be able to vote. It sounds like he's encouraging people to break the law and try to vote twice.
Well, I don't know exactly what he was saying, but it seems to me what he's saying is he's trying to make the point that the ability to monitor this system is not good. And if it was so good, if you tried to vote a second time, you would be caught if you voted in person.
That would be illegal if they did that. If somebody mailed in a ballot and then actually showed up to vote in person, that would be illegal.
I don't know what the law in the particular state says.
You can't vote twice.
Well, I don't know what the law in the particular state says and when that vote becomes final.
Is there any state that says you can vote twice?
Well, there's some, maybe that you can change your vote up to a particular time. I don't know what the law is, so I'm not going to offer.
He was saying test the system.
If you know what he's saying, why are you asking me what he's saying?
He doesn't believe in the mail-in voting. You're the Attorney General of the United States.
Why does you? Yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess I am. I guess I am the Attorney General. Yeah, well, so the fact that he has an Attorney General who absolutely represents him as an individual versus the country. You know, one of the number one thing people tell you when you go into business with somebody, or you're going into a partnership with somebody, is they say, make sure that you have an attorney that represents the company and not that individual. We have an Attorney General that represents the President of the United States and not the United States of America and our justice system, injustice system. But here he is, basically giving cover to the President of the United States by pretending as though he doesn't know the law, when it is his responsibility to know the law. And the reason I bring this up is not, again, the hypocrisy is not enough. They don't care about hypocrisy. They don't care about disingenuousness. That is their act. Those are their tools. Those are their tools to accomplish everything that they want to accomplish. So when William Barr says that I don't know the law, that he's lying, he does know the law. He knows it's very simple. This is illegal. But he's never going to concede to that, because how can he concede to that without not literally indicting, but rhetorically indicting the President of the United States? Because he'll never literally indict the President of the United States. But I digress. How can he tell the truth in this setting? And so he pretends as though he's dumb. And then he say, oh, well, yeah, I guess I am the attorney general. Yeah. What do you mean? Yeah, well, I guess. What do you mean? What I mean is that I have no doubt in my mind that Donald Trump suggested that people commit voter fraud in order to undermine the election, the integrity of the election, just enough for him to be able to declare that the results are invalid if he doesn't like the results. If he wins, he would never say the results are invalid. But if he loses, he has caused and seeded enough chaos in the system for him to say, oh, well, these results are invalid. And then who are we going to lean on? What part of the American institution or American institutions will we lean on to rectify this? Will it be the Supreme Court? Well, no, that's when John Roberts is going to show you that he was a conservative all along. Is it going to be our Department of Justice? No, because Attorney General William Barr is like, oh, well, am I actually the Attorney General? I mean, like, really? Who is going to rectify this? It creates a constitutional crisis and a moment that Donald Trump has shown he's more than willing to seize upon to enshrine his power. So I don't think that Donald Trump said those things just because he's a moron. I don't think he said those things just because he wanted to engage in disingenuousness and hypocrisy. Those things are true, but I think he said these things explicitly so that if enough of his supporters actually do it, then it will undermine the integrity of the election and he will be able to justify declaring that the results are invalid, and he has the Supreme Court and the Department of Justice to back him up. Not to mention the Senate and a House of Representatives that doesn't seem to be willing to use their power to hold him accountable.